Alright, so we'll see how well this works. This is just a quick video of how to start and operate the A300 BobCat. This is a joystick control machine, so this is all electronic controls. The right side is your directional control for the vehicle, so push forward, you go forward, pull backward, you go backward, right or left to turn. This is a steerable machine, so we've got a steerable control up here. Normally I operate it in steer. It is also skid capable. Steer is easiest when you're lifting loads. That's typically what we use. So once the machine is running, you want to check that toggle and make sure it's in steer mode. And when you steer this, you can push forward and then move slightly to one side or the other, and much like a car will steer its wheels, this will steer. That's the smoothest operation on this unit for using it as a forklift, which is what we typically use it as. Starting procedure: you get in the machine, everything is off. Close the door, make sure the door is completely closed. Pull this crash bar down, which is normally sitting up against the cab roof like this. I like to turn off the heat so that you don't have any distraction and noise. But pull your crash bar down in front of you. You should put on the seat belt. Then you are now in the position to where you can start playing with electronics in here. Up here we've got your 3 buttons. So to start it, you push the yellow button. The computer will come up and it will go through a cycle. You'll see there's a countdown in the corner here. You need to let that countdown hit 0. That's the glow plugs. That's the preheat for the diesel engine. Once it beeps at you, now you're good to go. You come over here and you push the green button. And you hold that button until it starts. If it doesn't start after about 5-10 seconds of holding the button, I usually hit the red button to shut the system down, and then hit the yellow button and then the green button again, so you time through the glow plugs again. If it doesn't start after about a minute or less worth of screwing around, you probably need to plug it in because it's too cold outside. But you'll see that this button up here is flashing now, and we've got a single light on this controller over here now that it's running. So what that means is the system is locked down. Your controls here are still dead. So you're still in a safe mode. This is where you could exit the machine and let it warm up if it's cold out. It's not a bad idea with the diesel to let it warm up a while, especially on this computer controlled vehicle. It's got a bit of lag if it's too cold. So if it's 30 degrees, you can pretty well start it and go to work. If you're 20 degrees, you got to let it warm up about 3-4 minutes. When we're down at 0, I let the damn thing run for about 10 minutes to warm up. Alright, now let's assume that we're all warmed up and we're ready to go and actually load something or move something. We come over here to this side control and we hit this button, and all 4 of those lights should go green. If one of them doesn't, it'll tell you what's wrong. Like, let's say if this red button up here is in park mode, you'll notice that the park mode light isn't lit up. That means it's still in park. That park mode also is activated by your lap bar being up against the ceiling. So if you didn't pull your lap bar down, or if the door isn't closed, that park light will be on and the machine won't do anything. So we go up here, we turn that off, we got 4 lights again. If you close the door or pull the crash bar down, you're gonna have to hit this button again. Now, we're not using the auxiliary control, which is these, so when we're using a snowplow or a brush clamp, we need to use the auxiliary, the outside couplers. That is this control here. So if you do need that, you hit it once. I now have variable control, which gives me my left and right. If we're doing live feed, we hit it twice, and that brings up the second. That's always on. We don't need that right now for what we're doing. We're just using this as a forklift to move a plate. So I've got all 4 lights on. Now when I come down to my hand control and very gently pull back, or very carefully push forward, just like a video game, the system is variable control. If I pull back hard, we go back fast. If I push forward hard, we go forward fast. The same is true for this over here. This is bucket up and down. and this is tip side to side. So this machine is equipped with both a lock-on throttle and a foot pedal. So down here I've got a gas pedal, and on the side over here I've actually got a throttle control that you can lock in place if you want to run it. For 90% of what we're doing, you guys will never have to use this. If you get in the machine and it spools up really fast on you, it's probably because whoever parked it left this up on high speed. So just grab it and pull it all the way back so you're at low idle. For 90% of what we do, we use the gas pedal on this thing. So that's pretty well it. You'll want to take your time and operate it a little bit. There is a high speed and low speed here for travel speeds. When you start the machine from cold, it's supposed to default into low speed mode. Sometimes it doesn't. So if the machine's traveling too fast for you, bump this thing and watch for the turtle up on the control up here. So right in here, when I put it into high speed, you can see the rabbit came up there, and when I go to low speed, the rabbit goes away. There is a turtle mode, which does not, there we go. So there is a turtle mode, which is super slow. So if you're loading into the back of a client vehicle or something where you've got to be very, very careful, if you hit the snail mode here, we've got rabbit, turtle, and then snail. Use the snail mode for loading and unloading, but I usually just use it in low speed, which won't show anything on the display up here. It'll be clear. There we go. Like I say, the computer in this thing is a little slow to react when it's cold, so if it doesn't do what you want it to right away, give it a little bit, let it warm up, and it'll obey a little better. This machine is quirky and finicky, though, so just be prepared. It won't always do exactly what you tell it to. If you need headlights, they are right here. So one bump gives you front, and two bumps gives you rear as well, and three turns it off. So there you go. There's a very long explanation of a very simple process. Thanks for watching.